Hello everyone, Soulless Scientist here again, and finally, welcome to Caldarius Theorycrafting week number 1 of 3. Two things really quick before we get started. Number one, this video is not the same one I was planning to upload last week. After uploading my previous video, I went back and watched the original version of this video and decided I wanted to take some stuff out and put some new stuff in. Second, I created a Twitter account. I will put a link in the description box below, so please be sure to follow me at soulless_scientist for Battleborn stuff between uploads, video links, and discussion of non-Battleborn stuff as well. Now then, on to the good stuff. Melee assault characters often come in two varieties. The first category are characters with skills that increase shield capacity, defense, or health to keep them in effective damage range like Boulder. The second category are characters with skills that increase mobility, like double jumping, lateral dodging, and, as an added bonus in this case, abilities that temporarily lower your opponent's combat effectiveness. So, instead of attempting to overpower and defeat his opponents in direct combat, Caldarius will do damage in short bursts and outmaneuver his enemies instead. This hit-and-run style of play is achieved through a few helpful abilities. Caldarius has a second jump that is actually more of a thrust because it can be used to move Caldarius in any direction. This secondary thrust ability is a passive skill, so there's no need to unlock it as an augment, as is the case with both Wrath and Thorn. His Gravitic Burst skill allows him to quickly cross a large horizontal distance to damage an enemy. Alternately, this skill is a great way to quickly escape from combat or to break enemy pursuit. He has a flashbang grenade that blinds anyone in the impact area for 2 seconds. This is great for disorienting your opponents before you start your attack run or aiding in your escape. Either way, it will be harder for your opponent to hit you when they can't see you. Finally, his ultimate ability, Aerial Assault, activates his jetpack, causing him to quickly ascend it into the air. He then has a few seconds to pick his target zone, and then slams into the ground at high speed, damaging anything unlucky enough to be in the target area. In this 3-video series, we're going to look at Caldarius' hit-and-run playstyle and try to find ways for him to excel in running, hitting, and then finally trying to strike a good balance of both. This theory crafting exercise will focus on the running part, and sticking with his Gundam inspiration and aesthetic, I call this one Mobile Suit Mobility. For level 1, we're going to want to go with the left option, Energy Cascade. Activating Gravitic Burst instantly reloads Caldarius' TMP. Caldarius is going to do the bulk of his non-ability damage with his Energy Blade melee attack, and his TMP, which stands for Tactical Machine Pistol by the by, is very weak on its own, so this augment is designed with the following combat loop in mind. Activate Gravitic Burst while shooting an enemy, Caldarius stops shooting for the duration of the attack, enemy is damaged by Gravitic Burst, and then Caldarius once again has use of his pistol and a full magazine as he makes his escape. It may not always be the nail in the coffin for stronger enemies or other players, but this augment greatly expands Caldarius' combat effectiveness after using Gravitic Burst. For level 2, we're going to want to go with the left option, Exit Strategy. Caldarius launches into the air after striking an enemy with Gravitic Burst. This augment allows Caldarius to escape potential harm more easily after using Gravitic Burst, especially in outdoor encounters. So if you couple this with a secondary thrust away from his target while shooting a freshly reloaded pistol, and then Caldarius is not only more effective at getting out of melee range, but he's better equipped to damage his target while doing so. For level 3, we're going to want to go with the right option, Overdrive. Activating any skill increases movement speed for a short time, plus 30% movement speed over 2 seconds. 2 seconds of increased movement speed really isn't a long time, but it could be helpful if you flashbang an enemy to reposition yourself, and before they get their bearings after a 2-second blind duration, you strike with Gravitic Burst and make your escape while shooting your pistol. Blind then strike and strike then blind are Caldarius' core combat loops, so it's a good idea to enhance the brief period of time where you'll almost always have the upper hand on your opponent. Remember, it's hard to hit what you can't see. For level 4, we're going to want to go with the left option, Flash Barrage. Flashbang now fires 3 grenades that each deal 56 damage in rapid succession. The perceived trade-off here is less grenade damage in exchange for the ability to apply a blinding effect to different, but not necessarily wider areas. The fewer enemies that can see you, the better off you'll be. Upon reaching level 5, you'll have the option to choose between Gravitic Ascent, which increases the height of your second jump, or Improved Thrusters, which increases the distance of your second jump. For this video series, I'm not going to recommend one over the other because this decision is best suited to your environment depending on which story mission or multiplayer map you're currently on. So by the time you reach level 5, you'll probably have a good idea whether increased height or distance is the right choice for you. For level 6, we're going to want to go with the left option, Kinetic Burst, which increases Gravitic Burst's knockback effect. Now, this, in conjunction with the level 2 augment, significantly increases Caldarius' escape ability. So not only is he launched into the air after connecting with his target, but his target is also knocked even further back. For level 7, we're going to want to go with the left option, Adaptive Harmonics, which reduces Caldarius' shield recharge delay by what I'm assuming is 1.3 seconds. Caldarius ranks pretty high on the squishiness scale, so a good way to increase his durability, you might say, is to make his shield recharge faster. For level 8, we're going to want to go with the right option, Gravitic Stabilizers, which increases Gravitic Burst dash distance. So increased dash distance is especially helpful for initiating combat, obviously from further away, and when your opponent thinks they're out of range, so go ahead and prove them wrong. For level 9, we're going to want to go with the left option, Phase Bang. Flashbang grenades no longer collide with allies. This augment allows Caldarius' flashbang grenades to be effective even when he does not have a direct line of sight on his target, and this could also be good for teamwork. Is your teammate directly between you and your target, but you want to throw 3 helpful flashbangs their way? No problem, nades away. And finally, for level 10, we're going to want to go with the left option, Tuned Actuation. Aerial Assault now launches instantly, reduces Aerial Assault cooldown, minus 20% cooldown reduction. Aerial Assault has a default 1-second delay between its activation and when Caldarius launches skyward. This augment eliminates that delay and makes the skill a little more flexible in its use. For example, you see a teammate engaging another player one-on-one, but the enemy team's healer is coming to save the day, and you can't let that happen, but no one sees you yet. When the healer gets close, use Gravitic Burst to dash in, attack the healer, knocking them back and you upward, and while you're in the air, activate Aerial Assault to immediately ascend and crash down on the enemy while your teammate makes a bigger dent into his or her health, or they've shifted their attention to the healer. If the enemy falls, then it's 2-on-1, and you've still got a flashbang. Or more accurately, 3 of them, and they'll pass right through your teammate if necessary. And with that, we conclude our exploration into how to make Caldarius a little better at running than hitting, but still a viable hero choice nonetheless. If you like what you saw/heard today, please click that thumbs up button for me. It would make my spreadsheet so very happy if you did. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you liked about the build, what you didn't, or what changes would you make and why. And finally, please subscribe if you are not already, and you enjoy my content, or you find my theory crafting videos to be helpful or informative. Perhaps all of the above. Your digital vote of confidence in my content will not go unnoticed and unappreciated. I have 2 more Caldarius videos planned, so if you liked this one, be sure to stay tuned, because next time we're going to dial back on the mobility and make Caldarius a more hit-than-run hero. Also, if you have fond memories of watching Gundam Wing on Toonami after school, I think you'll really love the next installment. So until then, thank you very much for watching.